Oh my god. Hello everyone. My name is Kitty and we finna get right the fuck to it. Dude, the last video that I posted, um yeah, no, hold on. Let me spark up real quick. Nah, but yeah, for real, like this weak ass lighter. It must be cold. I'm gonna bank it on it being cold. Cause I just bought this lighter. No fucking way it's like that. It's sparking up like that. Weak as hell. Sorry. I'm just gonna assume it's warm and put it in a warm place, like right in the sun. All right, let's get to this, bro. Today, bro. Oh my god, today. Uh, I just I understand, but in reality, I don't really understand. So what's been happening throughout this week is I've been losing trades. Like today, I was 0-2, and I was 0-2 on Tuesday as well. So we're having a pretty not so great start to October, the month. And I understand, and this is coming from a situation within me where I'm like, I'm gonna be following my rules. If I lose, the most that I can lose is $200 in a day, and that's it. And yeah, that's kind of like where I'm coming from with it. And I've been really like doing well. I've been reading my trading journals, and first I've been journaling. So me being able to read back after these every single day that I trade has helped me identify, that, when I begin to tilt. And with this, I've been, making a strategic effort to practice before I start the day losing, in the sense of like me being in a confident trade, but then it just not going my way, because I realized that that's where I start losing myself and start wanting to retaliate because I'm not winning. Like, what the fuck? Um, and yeah, I feel like because I'm following my rules, I'm being more diligent, more aware. In the back of my head, I feel like I'm still supposed to be rewarded for that. Like, oh my gosh, I just lost 200, my max daily loss, and I didn't want to retaliate or tilt. The next day, it's gonna be a winner, because yeah, I'm like, that's what I'm thinking, right? Or in the back of my head, like I feel like, yo, I should win today because uh like, hold on, because I like followed my rules and I didn't tilt yesterday. Like, even though that's not how that works. But yeah, a part of me still wants to be rewarded for doing essentially the bare minimum when it comes to being a consistently profitable trader. Like, a trader in general, that's just anybody who can put a trade. Like, oh, you just put a trade on, you're a trader now. But a consistently profitable trader is somebody who has the strategy, right? The discipline and proper risk management that aligns with their system. And I'm happy to say that, like, I have that situation. Is right now I'm just experiencing drawdown, and it's like, I just remember when I was at $1,000, and now I'm at 500. Yeah, and it's just like, damn, bro, like you understand it, like you could really lose money, but it's like, wow, like I was just up 1,000, now I'm back down to 500, and it's like, man, I had an amazing week last week, right? And then now it's just like, this week is just paying my dues essentially. It's like, damn, bro, like how many more is left? Like, I'm making winners, and there's one loss that I have that shouldn't have been a loss. It was just due to my execution. Um, so yeah, it's kind of getting to me, but I'm not gonna let it break me because I understand that that is what can happen, and I've experienced that several times, and I'm just so tired of that narrative. I'm just so tired of making videos like, yeah, we're gonna have a great day, da da da, and then later on I'm like, I tilted. I couldn't do it. Like today I cried. I literally cried. Like if you watch yesterday's video, I cried on camera, I think, or I don't know, I think I just started tearing up, but I definitely, like, I was like on the like I was just so sad because I got stopped. This happened today, and not just today. This has been happening to me. I'll take a trade, it doesn't go my way, it stops me out, and then what happens? It goes up into my direction. This has been something, this is an awesome thing that I'm experiencing, honestly, because this is something that has repeatedly happened to me, and I've just, that's the thing that made me tilt, at least the last time, I believe, or something like that. Or that's just like the thing that really fucking gets to me, or one of the things. And this time I was able to just deal with it and calm down. But I just remember getting stopped out and then thinking, watch it reverse and go in my direction. And the fact that it did that, it really killed me the first time. But then I calmed myself down and I was just like, you know what? Let's just like go. We had the entire day, rest of the day, right? Like we got to the charts around like 8:30, a bit after 8:30. And so our first trade of the day was like right there, just looking at price. And I haven't looked back yet. Like I'll do that, but I know for certain that is a trade that I would take. I know for certain that I didn't break any rules. I wasn't just seeing anything. Like it was right. Execution was right. Yes. Now, were we a little bit high? I could say that. I definitely did notice that. But again, my strategy is just, hey, there's a zone. We gotta just take that chance. I want to take my ideas. But yeah, it stopped us out. And then the next trade, we waited till 9:30. So this is like getting to the church at 8:30 and then waiting an hour, being patient because there's no setups, there's no trades, and then we like to have a buffer. And it's just being able to do that. I've realized it's like a skill and I'm proud of. But we have, I would say this setup is one of those like setups, because I felt like I saw something that I didn't see, and I didn't do the right thing personally. Like I went for a 10-minute, no, I went for a sell setup at a 10-minute rejection zone for a buy, essentially rejection zone. And the reason I wish I was recording it as I was seeing it, but I was looking at it in the sense of, oh, I would only go for this 2-minute setup if price closed above the zone. In my memory, price did close above the zone. So that makes me more confident that price, wants to continue going bearish, right? I take the setup and it stops me out. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Huh? I look back and the zone where the price, where I said the candle, closed above the zone, that was incorrect. The candle, the 2-minute candle, closed just within the zone. Based off of what I saw, at that time, I swear I saw that it closed above the zone, and so that made me confident to go for the sell setup. But that was not the case when I look back later. And price stopped me out. And I was just like, oh. And man, I can't exactly recall the feeling that I felt, but I definitely felt sad. The one thing that I can remember is thinking price is gonna reverse. That was like the first thing that I thought of. I was like, yeah, I was hoping for price to reverse and hit TP, because I just like, it would just be amazing, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it just be amazing? And that's exactly what happened. It was literally like we got stopped out maybe 3 ticks this time, so a little bit more, and then it went right in our direction. And it was like, and for the rest of the day it continued going down, sells. That, at least from the last time I checked, and it was like, whoa, like I was like, this is difficult, It made me, and that was what broke me. That was when the tears really started coming, because I felt like it was gonna happen. I felt like price was gonna reverse and hit TP, wasn't it? And it's exactly what happened. And it was just like, I cried. I just teared up. And once I saw the screen and I saw everything, there was no part of me that wanted to retaliate. And that's how I know that I am in a better place. There was no part of me. I was so broken that it was like I didn't even feel like wanting to retaliate. Like, there is no point in doing that, because if I did that, I'm just gonna get hurt. Like, I already felt the stinging, and it was like, this is enough. Like, I am done for the day. Extreme. It was one of those moments where it was like, hey, I say, when if I'm extremely emotional, I'm just going to call it a day, and that's it. Today I literally cried. Girl, that it was the end of my day. Like, I was done, and I'm serious about it, because I don't even feel like it. I go back later and like look at and like take some trades on my TradingView account? Yes, I did. And guess what? TP hit. I think one did lose, but TP hit. TP was hitting. Like, maybe I took like 2-3 trades, 2-4 trades. I don't know, or some, not that much. Maybe like 2-3 trades. And it was just, I think I just needed that, because it's like, bro, I know that I can trade. That's not the issue here. The issue is how the market makes me feel when the market does what it does. And that's what I'm not beginning to learn, but beginning to apply. Because I feel like we all learn this shit, but actually applying it and like taking it to that other level when you're actually taking that shit seriously, because you're like, oh wait, this shit really fucks with my mental. But it's actually probably the best thing that I could do for my entire life. Like, overcoming this one thing and being okay to deal with it, not only does it allow you access to essentially unlimited amount of money, but it also allows you to interact with life in a completely different level. Like, actually, like, just being able to be as emotionally intelligent that, wait, I'm trying to say, like being somebody, like, you need to be emotionally intelligent in order to be a consistently profitable trader. Like, you have to have that. In order to have that requires a lot of time and experience, going through something that changes you mentally. And this is exactly it. I consider myself a sound person, but I do have instances when I get hurt and I act in a certain way. I did that with my job, certainly. And I did that in a prior relationship that I had, and is definitely, and I do that, I feel like, on a regular basis, maybe more toned down, but still the same essence. And it's just a part of you. It's just a part of you, man. Sorry, I was like, who that? Wait, yeah, where are? But anyway, I just, I'm just so proud of myself, because it's like I can feel myself taking it so much more seriously, like, with everything. And it's been such a big change in my life, and where I see myself going. And it's fun. It's honestly fun. It's honestly fun to be more aware, and like catching yourself and calling yourself out. It's like, what's on the table, and you're actually being like that teacher, that principal, or that supervisor, or whatever, that manager, or something that's like, hey, in the back corner, like, what's going on, like, what's up, like, hey, you feeling emotional right now, like, it's time to go off, man, step away, hey, don't retaliate. Like, it's nice to have that cushion, in within myself. And that's within myself. It's not outwardly, it's all within me. And it's not to say that I won't make mistakes, that I won't have hiccups. I don't want to have hiccups. I want to be perfect. I want to say, this is me, this is it, this is how I'm going to be for the rest of my life. But I know that that's not true. But this is the beginning of that. I've never felt like this before. I feel more like, you know what I mean? Like, rather than like, ooh, should we go? No. Yeah. No. Now I'm like, should we go? $200? No, we should not go. If that makes sense. That makes sense to me. But yeah, it's a sour, but I this is kind of weird to say. I genuinely think that this is on purpose. Like all of the drawdown and stuff. Granted, anything can happen in a market, but isn't it interesting how when I'm just like, oh, now I'm going to start taking my emotions seriously. Now I'm going to start doing that. Isn't it interesting how simultaneously that is the part when I'm presented, not my best performance, not me not getting enough sleep, me, slacking off, when I'm like trying to be more, like this, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a setup. Like, I'm being set up right now, and I'm feeling like I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, I know I'm being set up. Like, bro, this is a test. This is definitely a test. Because I would have failed today, bro. Like, I cried. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the test. I love being tested. I do, because it allows me to see where I am. Sometimes you're not willing to test myself. Sometimes I don't know what there is to test until you get into a new situation, and now you're here, right? It's the same thing but different. And I'm proud of myself for today, because I almost lost a trade before I lost the trade. Because even though I did lose that trade, the last trade, I still felt like that was a good setup in a way. Based on how I thought it looked, perceiving wise, I felt like it was a good setup. But based on what actually really happened, I could have sworn, but that doesn't matter, it just wasn't good. It just wasn't good based on it. And what I would say, even if I went for the buy, I still would have lost. That's the craziest part about today. It was like I was meant to lose today. Whoa. Okay. It was like I was meant to lose. It was like that like every trade, like, bro, that shit was crazy. But it's okay. Because I'm learning. I need that. I need to be tested in order to see, okay, how serious am I about getting this to be the fucking thing? And you know what I mean? Ooh, I just did it right there. I was about to get emotional. I was about to get anger, but then I was just like, not even worth it. That's crazy. That's crazy. See, trading is therapy. I don't need therapy. I have trading. Like, that's how I knew it was gonna be okay. Cause it was crazy how, like, I was at in therapy, and then I would just talk about trading, and it was just like, yo, like, all this shit is connected type shit, and I was like, yeah. So it was like, once I started realizing that, I was like, bro, I don't need therapy when I got trading. Like, trading is 100% a supplement to the therapy. 100%. Because in order to be sound, you have to be okay. And you're the only way to be good at trading is if you're in an okay position, you know. If you feel good. You don't have to have a great life. Trust me, you don't have to have a great life if you are trading. You actually have a miserable life. But if you are able to block all that shit out and understand that, bro, we're here to make money and that is really the only goal, and just understand that you can lose and you're okay with that, that's really it. Yo, bro, that's really it. All you have to do is just be okay with the fact that you're going to lose. Now, I'm not saying like, yeah, that's all you have to do. Like, goddamn, hurry up. Like, what's the big deal? Like, obviously, I made this video for a reason. That shit is not easy, but it's like, that's all you have to do. It, like, all this time, I was definitely like looking at strategies. I never thought that strategies alone was the thing. Like I started off trading, listening and watching trading psychology videos, and that was like all I did. And then once I like left college and I was back home and I could actually like, I had time for trading because I was in my senior year at that point. I actually started to focus on the technicals and only, and I forgot about the psychology. And it was like, after some time, I was like, oh, it's really this shit. And yeah, that's what started all of this journey now. And yeah, you know, it's so crazy. Like you can really do anything as long as you're mentally able to lose money. And that really just depends on like where you are in your life, right? It's going to be harder to be good at this if you're in a financially unstable situation like how I am. And so it's something that gets to you, but not in like that way if you have money, right? Like, it's gonna already like, oh, okay, you can just spend $5,000 on this and it's not a big deal. It's just like, okay, whatever, I'll just try it, you know. You'll be like the rich person and be like, oh yeah, I'll just throw 10K in there. I'm just trying to see like what's going on. I'm like, 10,000. Yeah. And yeah, so, but yeah, it's really just being okay with the fact that you can lose. And once you have that with proper risk management, which I would say is connected to emotion control, because personally, I'm like, you're gonna, like, if you're continuously over trading and revenge trading, risk management is automatically going to be blown. So I feel like those two go hand in hand. Like, you can't have risk management without good emotional control, right? Because you can place any number. Oh yeah, I'm gonna risk $30 per trade, 50, 1,000, you know, whatever. But is not necessarily something that's gonna matter if you're taking, you know, 12 trades and losing all of them in one day, even though you were only supposed to take like 3, right? So it's really about the emotional control. That's the key to risk management. believe it or not. It's not a personally for me, it's not about the it is about being consistently profitable, like having a system, but I don't think it's about a certain ratio. I think that's like set. I think it has to really rely on you and it's dynamic, right? Cuz risk management, that's fluid, bro. Like people are like, "Oh, you should risk this." You know, you should risk how much you want to risk, not how much other people feel like you should risk, right? What makes sense to you? You know, people, it could be this, that, or the third. Some people view it as high, some people view it as low. It's the same thing, whatever it is. 10,000, 18 different people gonna be like, oh, that's high risk, that's low risk, oh, that's okay, that's all of them. All is gonna be all different. And it's just gonna be like, okay, then what is it really? Like, what is it really? It's just risk. At the end of the day, it's just risk. So that's that thing. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue doing what I'm doing, you know, journaling my trades and, you know, being proud of myself every step of the way, because this has been a long journey for us. And it's been something that's been on our mind for a long time, and, you know, we genuinely know that we're there. Like, actually, like, it's kind of fire. But again, you have to learn how to be wrong and lose in order to win. And it's something that I'm learning, and it sucks. I fucking hate it. I love being right. But it's necessary for my growth, and I'm willing to fucking do it if that means fucking racks, bro. I'm keeping that whole beat, bro. I'm willing to do it all. They saying, oh, you gotta chill on your emotions. You gotta understand and accept loss. I'm like, I'm gonna do the heavy work, bro. I'm not afraid of it. Not with this, bro. Once you get that shit down, this shit is easy, bro. It's gonna feel like, all right, I just do this. You know what I mean? Because it's like the only thing that makes it scary is me, bro. But this shit is not scary. You know what I mean? But it's scary. It definitely is. You definitely do get nervous. Sorry, I'm watching cops run. But